Greetings and welcome to another information-packed installment of Political Empire. I'm your host, Jeff Horseman with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. Today we're going to be talking about how the oversight of an air quality district is becoming a family affair of sorts. And then we're going to get into who some of the new faces representing the inland area are going to be in Sacramento. But first, a father-son combo is coming to the board of the South Coast Air Quality Management District. Wildemar Mayor Benoit will replace retiring Riverside Mayor Ron Loveridge on the district's board of directors. Now, Benoit's father is Riverside County Supervisor John Benoit, who already sits on the board. The Air District has the authority to regulate factory smokestacks and all other stationary sources of air pollution in Orange County, as well as the urban portions of Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. It is also tasked with developing Southern California's strategy to reduce pollution so the region can meet state and federal standards. With the 2012 election over, the Inland Empire is going to have its share of newcomers representing its interests in the Assembly and Senate. And joining us to talk about that is our own Sacramento veteran, Jim Miller. How are you, sir? Pretty good. So, Jim, tell us about some of these, I don't know if you call them rookies or freshmen or whatever the term is, but some of the new faces representing the area for the next few years.
Yeah, sure thing. They were all in the Capitol earlier on Monday, December 3rd for their swearing in. And so we have Melissa Melendez, starting with the Assembly. Melissa Melendez, she's a new member from Lake Elsinore, a Republican. We have Eric Linder, he's a new member from Corona, also a Republican. And then there are three new Democrats representing the region up here. You have Cheryl Brown from Rialto in the Assembly, Jose Medina, who represents an Assembly district that's kind of the eastern half of the city of Riverside and Moreno Valley. And then moving over to the state Senate, Democrat Richard Roth from Riverside is a new member. He is the only member of the Senate who has not served in the legislature before. So kind of interesting, which also means he is the only member of the Senate who is covered by the state's new term limits law, which would, assuming he runs and wins re-election in 2016 and 2020, would keep him there for 12 years.
Okay, now talk about the political makeup of our delegation. Now, I understand it's maybe a little more even this year, party-wise compared to prior years.
For sure. The numbers of the delegation increased thanks to redistricting. More seats kind of shifted out from the Los Angeles area. So there's more members, and they're the Democratic. I should say that the number of Democrats is up as well. It used to be the delegation's Democrats mainly were just from kind of urban San Bernardino, Rialto area. Now Jose Medina, who I mentioned before, and Richard Roth are both Democrats right from the heart of the Riverside area. And Republicans still have an edge in the delegation, depending on kind of where you draw the line between who represents San Bernardino and Riverside counties. It's roughly 7 Republicans, 5 Democrats. So it's a sort of a different mix than I've seen in the past.
Okay. Now, what kind of impact do you see our delegation having in Sacramento this session?
I think it remains to be seen. It's early. The delegation is. I mean, some of these people don't even know each other. They've just now begun to meet each other and establishing relationships and common interests that they can work on when session gets underway in earnest in January. So it's still shaking itself out. I think having more Democrats in a state capital that more than any time since the 1800s is controlled by Democrats, that can't hurt. And then we still have some returning Republican members, such as State Senator Bill Emerson and Assemblyman Brian Estandy, who have worked with Democrats in the past, and and then some other Republican lawmakers too who've tried to get things done for the region. So it's going to be fascinating to see what sort of roles everybody fills.
All right. Well, Jim, thanks again for your time. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching Political Empire for the Press Enterprise and PE.com. Once again, I'm Jeff Horseman. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.